Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tasting. I'm back from my break and I've got a really great tea for you guys today. So I'm going to go ahead and start my water right away because I can't wait to dig into this one. So we're doing the heat only. There we go. Ah, I'm using my velocity again. And you guys know I'm still learning how to do the heat only, but that comes with practice. So anyway, today's Rachel, welcome. You're in for a real treat today because I have got this really great tea for you guys today. It's a Japanese welcome. Anna, welcome. Anna Laura, I guess. I don't know. I've got a great blend for you guys today. Kukicha. It's a nice Japanese tea. I haven't done a green tea, Japanese green tea in a while, and this one smells incredible. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up for you guys. I was able to. Teresa, welcome. I smelled it before, and it was basically love at first scent. This stuff was amazing. I can't. You see, I can't wait to open this up right now. There we go. Ooh, right off the bat, like it comes right out. I love Japanese tea too. It's so fragrant. Well, I'm about to talk about the fragrance now. So here we go. Oh, that is so good. It's very light and creamy and aromatic. Sneha, welcome. I have it's a very soft scent to it. It's like I'm loving this so far because it's got like a very soft green scent to it, and like it's got an almost silky kind of scent that I am ready to try this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some of it. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like and why it's got a lighter scent. Oh wow, it's like going right through. Some of it is anyway. Alright, so this is actually a very interestingly colored tea because if you'll notice, it's not just oh, you know what? Yeah, you're not going to see it that way. All right, it's not just a regular green. There's a couple different shades in there. You have like I'm trying to get it focused. There we go. So you see that there's like a dark green, a light green, a yellow, and almost white flecks. Now, this goes to show the kind of intensity that the flavors will have. It's not going to be a very astringent tea. You can tell it's going to be creamier, lighter because of the color. So I'm not quite sure how it gets that way. I've not been able to find any research. Not to say that it's not out there, but it's enough to like make you wonder, you know. So the way I see it, it kind of looks like a spinachy tea with an aromatic, milky. I mean, it walks that fine line between milky and creamy. It doesn't really smell too thick, but it's got that kind of aroma that really sticks with you. So it looks like my water is done. I'm going to go ahead and pour some of it out. Oh, this thing is in the way. There we go. Trying not to spill any because it's right next to my computer. There we go. Oh, this looks amazing. It kind of looks like, I don't know the brand, but you know that soup in a box? That, in the little red box? I don't remember the name of it, but check it out. It looks like the dried little noodles. and that actually makes you want to eat it. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's better if it's tasted. It's better tasting drank than. I just realized I forgot to to get my cup. Oh wait, no. Whoops, I forgot. I'm gonna use my new cup that I got from Indiana. I've almost forgot that I meant to debut it when I got back, but check it out. The Lipton. No, I don't. It's probably the same company. I don't know, but yeah, it's always coming back to bite me. But check it out. Tea makes me pee. I love this cup. And this is the first time I'm drinking out of it. I reserved it just for you guys, so, yay. So I'm steeping this at 180, I think this automatically goes to. 165. Yeah, that's a 6. Sorry, so it does green tea at 165. Which is perfect because this tea, since it's a green tea, it's going to be a little bit easy to oversteep. So right now I'm at my 2-minute mark. I'm watching it carefully because this is not the kind of tea that I want to mess up. You're welcome. Oh man. So this is not the kind of tea that I want to mess up. It's I mean, like I don't want it to get a bad impression, and if I do, it's totally my fault because you can smell the quality in this. It's got a heavy creamy kind of scent to it, and I know if I mess that up, it's because I left it in too long. So right now I'm on minute 2. I'm only going to do it on the stroke of the 3rd minute. I could probably, there we go. So now we're on minute 3. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out because I'm playing it safe. But right off the bat, it looks incredible. So actually, now I'll wait a little bit before I show you. Well, I could probably show you guys right now. It looks like it's expanded a lot more than I expected. When I put it in, it was very, very low. But you see how it's all expanded and plumped. This is not that common with Japanese teas. The amount that it opens, because Japanese teas are usually cut very short and straight. They don't. They're steamed, so they don't get the same kind of texture. They don't get the same kind of treatment as Chinese teas. But this one seems to plump up a little bit more. It's probably because of the way that it's cut. It went from like that much to like taking up half the infuser. And yeah, absolutely, it is beautiful and it smells beautiful, and I'm sure it'll taste beautiful, which I'm about to find out in just a moment. Just put you right there. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this out. Now check out that water. It is super clear, almost see-through. Oh, I'm spilling slightly a bit, which I wouldn't mind so much, except it's so close to my computer, but that's okay. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Check it out. That is an extremely yellow tea. Like, it is golden. It's barely, I would barely say that it's a green tea. It looks a lot more like a white tea. But you guys have seen it. It is a very dark green tea. It's just got a delicate flavor. So it's going to be a very high quality tea. And I'm smelling this right now. It's really soothing. Let me see. Oh, that is really nice. It's got a, what's the word? What umami? That's the word. I was trying so hard to remember. It doesn't smell like it has a strong umami flavor. That's the green taste of it. It's very and it's not typical of a regular Japanese tea. Anyway, yeah, there's no residue at the bottom. It's very clean, and that's probably because of the steaming. Now, when you steam leaves, the tea leaves before you cut them, it's going to leave it softer, so it's not going to flake off. It's steamed, so it's straight. It cuts clean, and it makes for a nice flavor. Residue doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It just means it's just a byproduct of the way that it's produced. That's part of the reason why I don't like Lipton, is because that residue is what they bag. That's all of their tea, and it's just not good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my first sip. Oh, it smells really nice. Oh wow, that is really, really good. This is this would be a good way to get people introduced to green tea because it's not very strong. You have a good sense of the umami, but it's smooth, it's creamy, a little bit buttery. Not I've had teas that taste more buttery, but this one has a nice balance. Um, you could taste the green in it, but it's very low. Like the astringency is very low, so you're not getting uh, that kind of tongue sting sometimes that green teas have. If we're going with a stronger green tea, like say um, gunpowder or dragon well or something like that, you'll taste the strong greenness of it. But in this one, it's very light, very soft, very sweet. Um, and well, I mean, I can't really. No, it's not very, very sweet. It's very sweet for a green tea. I'll put that in there, just because I mean, generally, green teas don't get too sweet. This is it kind of has like a rice flavor to it, if that makes sense. Like there is what's the word? What's that one? Genmai cha. Genmai cha actually has rice in it, so it tastes like rice water. This has a delicate rice-like flavor on the tail end. That's probably where the buttery taste is coming from. Mm. Oh man, that is good. That is really smooth. It's got a nice it's got a nice quality to it that like it makes it easy to drink. Like I'm trying to find the right way to describe it, but you get this kind of like it coats your tongue, um, and it's got a slow burn because I'm still tasting it. Like it's it it's the kind of taste that kind of stays with you, and like I keep like automatically taking my next cup because it tastes really good. And this is okay. I'm onto something here. There's something in it that's kind of nutty, but not like I guess like you can. It's almost peanutty because it has like a slight saltiness to it. But oh, there's one of those. I guess it's like a snack where it's kind of like a bread like pretzel thing that's got seaweed around it. Ma, you know what I'm talking about. That thing that you and Teresa eat. I don't remember the name of it, but it's little snacks about that big, and it's salty and it's got like a seaweed. It's like I want to say it's like a seaweed pretzel, but that is not doing it justice. But it's got like a nice little like a savory snack kind of flavor to it. It's got, well, I mean, most Japanese teas that have that the seaweedy kind of flavor to it, just because of the way that it's grown in the environment where it's by the sea, so it soaks up a lot of the sea air, but also the way that it's treated, it's steamed in water, so you have a lot of moisture in there, and it absorbs all of that. So it's going to retain a lot of that seawater flavor, and it really shows up. It's kind of like if you drink the seaweed flavor with a little bit of no, not salt. What's the word? Oh, excuse me. Well, not salt. It's a seaweed flavor with it's on the tip of my tongue. It's just not doing it for me. I think I need another sip. Gotta loosen it up a bit. No, not a candy, a snack. It's like the I don't know the name of it. It's kind of like a pretzel, but it's not. I don't remember the name of it, but I can see it in my head. And it's like it comes in a plastic jar. My God, that sucks. I can't get it out. But yeah, it's got that kind of a quality to it, and I really appreciate it, because you don't have a strong umami flavor to it. This would make a great intro to green tea for people who are trying to get used to the flavor. Perfect way to start right here. I feel so like this tea is making me happy. I can honestly say that. Like, I feel I'm just thoroughly enjoying the experience right now, because you have ways of experiencing teas. Each one has something different to offer, something that makes it distinct from other flavors. This one is very. Oh, my velocity is heating up the water again. You know what? I should turn this off for now. How do I? Yeah, there we go. Because I'm not going to need any water for the rest of the night, not that I know of. Because I would not re-steep this tea. This is not meant for it. A re-steep would just mess up the flavor. But this one, oh man, it's smooth. It's kind of like, I get kind of a sweet broth, if that makes sense. Now they say that it has notes of chestnut, notes of sesame seed. I can see that. I can see like getting like a sesame seed kind of flavor to it, and just like keeping it nice and smooth and soft. It's in there definitely. I'm really enjoying this tea. I want to Pour out a little bit more. I'm not there yet, but ow, it's still a little bit hot. Not topping myself off yet, but ooh, I'm starting to get a little bit sweaty. we're not out of summer yet, so I'm still kind of like steamy on this tea, but it's worth it. Oh man, that's so good, and it's maintaining like I can feel the hot water starting to cool, and it's still maintaining the flavor. I'm getting a good feeling all over because of this. It's like it's maintaining the flavor, it's holding on to it's the same quality. I'm really like this is definitely worth it. I need to open up the sorry, I need to open up the door because I'm just getting hot here. Oh, there we go. Oof. So, since this is a green tea, it is caffeinated. It's got a good amount of caffeine in it. But I'm not really feeling buzzed by it. It might just be my tolerance to it, but I'm feeling like it's the kind of tea that I can relax with, read a book. I wouldn't really necessarily have to have it with a meal. This is one of those where you just sit back, relax, and enjoy it, like I'm doing tonight. I think I'm grateful that I understeeped this slightly, because the website says to do it for 180 minutes. 180 degrees for 2 minutes. I think that 3 minutes at 165 actually does it more justice, because it's really pulling out the flavor without burning it at all. I can see how that would be. So I got like spilled the tea all over. Yeah, and I got my hand in it. Not my hand, my wrist in it. Yeah, it was just bothering me. I'm sitting here talking and I have like all this tea on my wrist. You see it's still wet. Bloopers. Can't do anything on live TV. Oh man. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor to questions, comments, anything you want to talk about. Throw it at me right now because I am hot and ready. Wow, that's tasting really, really nice. I'm getting this a kind of yeah, it is. It's definitely a nice tea. I'm getting like this kind of like the flavor is still very, very present in my mouth, and like it's taking a while to dissolve and to to run its course, which I'm fine with because the tea itself is really, really nice. It's savory, light, silky. It's very well balanced. I'm getting like it's hard to describe. I was actually watching a tea stream and they got this thing called like a scent kit or something like that, where they had samples of things that teas could smell like and how that would translate into taste. And all I know is that I need to get one of those because that would probably help me a whole lot. When I'm trying to find just the right adjective This is it's a good way. It's a good tool to have. Mm. Oh, that is so good. That is really good. I'm I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I don't know, man. Like, you want to see the teapot again? It's short and stout. It's like the one that I used to use when I first started the stream, except this one is in red instead of black. It's the same model, same everything, but it's good for like one person, maybe two people. It all depends on who you're with, but yeah, this has done me some good. Like when you guys watch the streams and I have my big cast iron pot, that is heavy. I do that purely for show. But when I drink tea for myself, I use the same one because it's simple. It's nice. It's perfect for just one person. What was the other? Oh, the velocity. Yeah, this one. It's a tea maker, and this actually, it works in a very interesting way. You see, right now it's keeping the water hot. It has that option down here on the controls. Right now it's off because I didn't think I would need it, but I have the if I wanted to keep it heat only, I'll just hold that down and hold the green, and you'll see in a couple of minutes it'll start to bubble up because there you go, because the bottom heats up. Now here's the thing: when you're actually making tea, it does make the tea inside the pitcher. Right around here at the top, there's usually there's a basket, and once the water reaches its temperature, the tea is in the basket, and the water will suck down, come up through the back, and pour itself through the basket. So it gets a continual flow, and it steeps the water that way. So this was my one of my best investments when it comes to tea, because like it makes it for you perfectly every time. It times it out, and then when it's done, the alarm goes off. It tells you have a nice pot of tea inside. You just pour it out and enjoy. And the cleanup is easy. Unfortunately, it's not dishwasher safe. But that's never really mattered to me. I do it. I wash by hand anyway. So it was definitely worth the investment. That, and I bought about 90% of it with points. So I literally paid maybe $30 for it, and it's a $200 piece. So yes, I had $170 worth of points. But yeah, that's one of my favorite tea gadgets. And I look forward to using it a lot more. Okay. Teresa's question, always, what would I eat this with? What would I pair this with if I were to eat it with a meal? Points from Adagio, that's where. You know how I am. I hoard those points. It's crazy, but it is what it is. I thoroughly enjoy the place, so I'm there. I'm looking to make history there as their 1 millionth customer. No, I don't know, but Yeah, it's a very it's an amazing shop. You know, it's basically my second home. Um, yeah, and I really like it. Okay, what was I pairing this with? So it's not very sweet. I wouldn't make this with any kind of dessert per se. Um, if I were, it would probably be something super duper light, like maybe rice cakes, um, something like saltines maybe. Have I gone to the new place yet? What new place? Um, oh, T2. T2 is the one you're talking about, I assume. I have. It is okay. So here's the thing. For those of you who don't know, T2 is a tea shop that I found in New Zealand and Australia. It's a big place. So I went down there to the. I heard that they opened up a couple here. There is one in New York at Rockefeller Center, which I thoroughly encourage my New York friends to go there and check it out. Yeah, it's the Australian place. Um, so yeah, if you're in there, check it out. It's by Rockefeller Center. It's incredible. I lucked out to find that not only is there one in Chicago, it's literally on the same block as Adagio. Like you, like I'm constantly in the area. Um, I went there once. I haven't gone there since. Right now, I'm a bit overloaded, but I'm going through this tea. I'm doing the best that I can to drink it all up. Um, but yeah, like this is they make really great tea. Not all of it is organic, but it is pretty good quality. Um, they do put some what's the word? Some like sweeteners sometimes. Um, what's the word? They put like preservatives. That's the word. Sometimes they put preservatives, and they're not in all of them. But it's definitely a good place. It's not a whole store right now. It's just a kiosk. Um, I get the feeling though that they're going to build a full on store in the area shortly. But for now, I've got the kiosk and I'm happy because it's a really good tea. Okay, so like I was saying, I would pair this with something with a very very light taste. If I'm going the snack route, um, so you know, like I was saying, rice cakes, saltines, crackers, something like that. Like I wouldn't go too heavy on it. But if I were to drink this with a dinner, a meal, I would have to go traditionally with sushi, like because it's got that traditional green flavor. I would love to taste that across with sushi rolls, especially some sushi rolls that have the nori, which is the seaweed. That would complement it well. If I'm going to go non-traditional, I would say this would go good with lighter flavors. Probably like let's say chicken Alfredo, where it's creamy. It'll go well with the creamy flavor of the tea. I mean, sorry, of the sauce. Uh, Maybe fish. Yeah, definitely fish because of the seaweed kind of flavor to it. So yeah, I would definitely go for. I could go for some of that now. Actually, I'm kind of hungry. But yeah, I'll eat soon. Uh, Almost. No, no, no. I thought I was finishing my. I know. I'm waiting. I'm surviving. I'll eat soon after this. But yeah, like I'm just talking about the food is getting my appetite raised. Um, but yeah, like it's like I said before, like I wouldn't really pair. This is just my feeling about it. I wouldn't really pair it with a meal. I would prefer to drink this on its own. Just because I don't want to mix. I don't want to mix the flavor with anything because this on its own is very. It's a standalone tea. You can enjoy it without really needing to enhance it in any way. Mm. I had to get that little extra sip in there because it's hard for me to put down. Um, like if I wasn't talking to you guys, I would have finished this like right off the bat. Um, but this is for definitely a green tea for people who are trying to drink more. It's gonna have all the health benefits. Well, no, I'm fine. I'm a little bit tired, but Kaylin, welcome. But the caffeine is helping. you know. Um, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, that it's a standalone tea, so I wouldn't want to mix it with anything and then lose it because I think that introducing people to green teas with this one would be integral, especially if it's done right. It's not too strong. It's not going to scare people off. Sometimes when people drink green tea and it's done badly, they just hate it the rest of their lives. But I mean, like it's oh, excuse me. As long as you can acknowledge that it's a bad tea and you know how to correct it, then that would be the best way to follow up. For instance, I think I've told this story a couple times, but it does stand to be repeated. A friend of mine made jasmine tea, and she didn't adjust the temperature. She left it on for 5 minutes, and she was like, "This is the worst stuff ever." And I'm like, "Let me see." I tasted it. I was like, "Ooh, yeah, this was done wrong." She was like, "What do you mean you did it wrong?" I did it wrong. I was like, "Yeah, you have to be very careful because this is a jasmine tea. So, A, it's a green tea. It can get easily burned. B, the flowery scent of it translates in your mouth, so that if it's burnt, you get a soap-like taste to it, and it's just awful." I was like, "Let me show you how it's done." I took it, I remade it for her, and it was a completely different experience. She was like, "Wow, it's like night and day." And like something like that, you can appreciate the delicacies of it. Making a good cup of tea is a bit of an art form. I mean, there's technique, there's different ways that you can do it. You can manipulate the flavor based on time and temperature. Like, let's say oolong teas. Oolong, you can use about 3, 4, and if you do it right, 5 times. That's an all-day tea, but it's a specific kind of oolong that is balled up tight. So you can manipulate the flavor by either using lighter, not lighter, a lighter temperature, cooler temperature. You can use a cooler temperature and let the leaves open up slower, so that you get a very light flavor for the first one, and then for the second one you'll get more flavor, and then for the third, and so on. And you can increase the heat more and more each time, so you won't get 5 steeps out of it, but you'll get 3 or 4. and each time it'll get stronger, magnified, basically. So you can choose to do it that way, or if you use an oolong and you use a very hot temperature at first, it'll basically force open the leaf. Careful not to do it too hot because you can still oversteep it. It's just more difficult to do it. If you were to do it at 212 degrees at a shorter burst, you'll get a strong burst of flavor with a smooth end. If you were to do it light, you'll have a soft, buttery kind of flavor to it at first, and then on the second steep it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. If you do it hot at first and then the second and or third you cool down a little bit, you can actually get kind of a toasty flavor, which I have found out accidentally, but it was a really nice accident because you get like a what's the word? It's like once you semi-open the leaf, you get the good flavor, you get the light flavor out of the first steep or two. Then on the third one, it basically breaks it open, and you get like a stronger burst of flavor from a tea that's already given up a little. So you'll want to do it hot, but at a shorter time, and you'll get a nice toasty flavor out of it. It's really good. So yeah, absolutely. Brewing tea is basically an art form. It takes practice, and it takes an analytical mind. You have to drink it with the acknowledgement of how it was made, so that you can brew it to your liking at a different time, basically. And you also have to really think about not just the type of tea, but where it comes from, because different teas are, first of all, they're from different areas of the world, so they'll be exposed to different elements. Things that you might not think of, like what's the, not Genmai Cha, what's the is it again? No, God, it's Girokuro. That's what it is. Ha! It took me a second. Girokuro is what they make matcha out of, and there's a lot of different things that you can do to make good matcha. Not just planting it where it's exposed. You actually want to plant it in the shade, because good Girokuro comes from basically light starving the plants. So you grow it up in the shade, and you give it just slight lights, slight sunlight, I should say. And what happens is the plant, because it is craving more sunlight, it produces more photosynthesis. And so the more photosynthesis that you get, the greener the leaf, the better the flavor. So you have about 5 different grades, all grown under different circumstances. So you'll have the low grade, which is out in the open, I don't want to say dry, but like it's not really saturated. So you'll have like the what's the word I'm looking for? Culinary grade matcha, which is as basic as you can get it. That's the most easily grown. But as you move up the quality, you have more that are better watered, kept in the shade. They wait until the very last minute to cut it, and to pick it and produce it. Even growing tea is an art form, and that is like there's so much that you can say about just the production. And I mean, I spent about, what was this, about 5 minutes just talking about Girokuro, and that's one tea, and all of the different elements can go into that one tea, can make the quality that you need. That being said, with Kukicha, you can test it and really see where you can go with it. The way that I brewed, this is the first time I brewed it, and I brewed it in a way that was not recommended by the site. So this was at about like 15 degree difference, which is a big difference when it comes to making tea. They recommended it at 180. I did 165, and you get the most out of it because it's not strong, it's not overpowering. It has the potential to be strong and overpowering, but in this case, it's nice and mild and smooth, because this is a more delicate tea. I'm glad I went with that, Now, granted, they did say steep it at 180 degrees at 2 minutes. I did it at 165 at 3. So I'm kind of like walking that line between what they recommended and how I did it. And I think it came out perfect. Like, I would not have done anything different. So let me see. I'm gonna pour the rest of this out because I'm starting to run low a little bit. Oh, top myself off a little more. Yes, oh, perfect. Okay, so questions, comments. Now's the time. Just throw it at me because this is the time. You guys take over. Oh, I love that smell. Now, right now, the tea is really, really cool. It's about room temperature, and it's still maintaining that smooth texture. I'm getting like this kind of honey and nut quality to it. But you still have like a good amount of the umami. I can never say like if it's umami or umami. I have to look that up. I'm sure there's somebody can tell me, but yeah, I'll go to Adagio specifically to ask that. They'll be like, Mike, what do you want? Okay. In the meantime, announcements. Yeah, I haven't had much going on the site lately, and I'm sorry about that. I'm still learning my new job, so I can't be as cocky and go on Facebook and create new content as much as I used to. Once I'm on my feet with the job and I'm going with it, then I'll be back to my old shenanigans. But I am fully aware. I haven't been creating that like a whole lot of content, but I have been sharing a lot of content. I've got new stuff going on with with different tea shops, like the Tilula. I'm sure you've seen the Tilula streams that they do on Thursdays. I've been sharing that. It's great. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is definitely a blend that you'd love. I highly recommend it. So next time I see you, I'm gonna make sure you have to come with us on our next tea crawl because you're gonna have a blast. Ooh, that got a little messy there. But yeah, absolutely. Like you are 100% invited. Come on, Rachel. Oh yeah, announcements. Speaking of tea crawls, I need to check my calendar. I want to have one. Well, I mean that just means you have more. Yeah, you have more time to show up. So absolutely. Um, I'll probably be doing one next month. I know I've been promising lately, but I haven't had a whole lot of response from the last one I did, so I'm spacing it out a little bit more. I'm just imagining that people are still drinking the tea that they bought on the last one, so I'm spacing it out a little bit. I would like to do one probably next month. As well, I need to do another raffle. I haven't done that in a while. Um, yeah, you know what? I have to figure because I found um, another site that I could use instead of Rafflecopter. Um, I want to look into it and see how well it works. We used it earlier today at work, and it looks like a lot of fun. So I'll definitely be looking into it and seeing. It might just be easier to do it that way. Maybe there's a way to actually stream it from my computer as well. So we'll see. I could probably do like a live raffle drawing. That would be cool. So yeah, I'll definitely check that out. But I want to have another raffle pretty soon, within the next couple of weeks. Just to get you guys excited again, because last time, I got a pretty good response. So why not? I'm feeling generous. There was a couple of prizes actually that I was looking into. There is one, and I'll talk about that once the time comes. But I am still talking to TheCommuni-Tea about scheduling it. They have been completely busy. Like things have been blowing up for them, and I am grateful for that. They are hard workers. They opened up a pop up at Navy Pier, and so it's like that has been a bit of a handful, but it's been successful. So I'm grateful for that. They are amazing people, and I'm looking forward to working with them once they do have the time. But here's the third announcement. We do have the tea festival coming up in November, and it's gonna be an awesome time. I bought my tickets. I'm going to try and stream. I don't know what to expect when I get there. I'm probably not going to be able to stream inside the what's the word? The inside the conferences, but outside, outside and around the vendors and stuff like that, I'll probably be off and on. So I will keep you guys posted. It's on a Sunday. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be an incredible time. Mm. And I have been ignoring my tea way too long. I need to drink some more. Mm. I can't help it. Like I have to physically stop myself from drinking this tea sometimes, because if not for you guys, I would have just drank it down and been like, yes, this was excellent. Oh man, but I fell in love with this tea when I first smelled it at the shop, and I was talking to the guys that worked there. They were like, yeah, that's one of our better green teas. It takes a certain kind of mindset to thoroughly enjoy it, only because it's like, a lot of people when they drink, they don't think about it; they just drink it. But there's a lot to appreciate, and just a teagasm. That's exactly it. Like, I mean, people can drink it, they can enjoy it, but right now there's a party in my pants, basically, and tea makes me pee. So that's probably something to do with it. But yeah, like it's the kind of real. It's like if you take the time to appreciate it, you'll find the things to appreciate about it. I think that is the best way I can put it. Um, Simply because it's like it's really delicate. It's a really smooth taste. Um, Slightly complicated, but not too complicated because like that nice slow burn, it allows you to really appreciate it. I'm still tasting this tea, and I feel like I haven't stopped this entire time. Um, and I'm sure it'll probably last if I don't eat anything. It'll probably last like the rest of the night. Like it's got that setting on your mouth that it's just holding there and it's holding strong. Um, yeah, it's an exaggeration that it's gonna stay the whole night, but probably not that much of of an exaggeration. But I'm enjoying it thoroughly. And of course, as always, I'll be posting the link at the end of it because this is something that I really encourage everybody to try if they can. I mean, green tea is one of the most beneficial things you can put in your body, and it's like this is a good way to get into it. You get that wholesome flavor. You get all the health benefits. I'm really I'm loving this. All right, so I have a couple sips left. Now's the time if you have any questions or comments or anything you want to talk about. Now's the time because I'm about maybe a quarter of the cup left, or 2/4. Well, 2/4 is a half. No, so there goes my math skills. Oh man! And now that it's like kind of cool, it's tasting more milky. Like it's got not creamy but milky, and it's got like a kind of a sweetness to it that I wasn't getting before. But usually, sweetness you don't get from hot teas unless you put sweetener in it. Unless it cools down. Once it cools down, the more it cools down, the sweeter it gets. And I think I'm experiencing that right now, which is kind of surprising because green tea is generally not very sweet, depending on where it comes from. But like as this cools down, you're getting that kind of milky creaminess to it. Oh, excuse me. And it's one that I can really, I can thoroughly appreciate. And I'm fighting the hiccups. There we go. I think it's gone. One left. One sip left, and it's gone. So, last call. Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Now's the time to bring it up, or forever hold your peace. Oh, incredible. Whew, okay. I'm going to sign off now. So thank you guys for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I'm off my break now, so I will be streaming again pretty regularly. So I will see you guys next week. Until then, enjoy your 3-day weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.